hope is destroying your trading, because hope creates attachment to specific outcomes. Attachment creates suffering when outcomes don't match expectations. And suffering creates emotional interference that degrades execution quality on subsequent trades. The trader who hopes this trade wins enters with emotional stake in outcome, watches price action through lens of desire, interprets neutral signals as confirmation of hoped-for direction, and experiences loss as personal failure rather than probability expressing normally. The trader who has eliminated hope enters with acceptance of all possible outcomes, watches price action through lens of information, interprets signals accurately without desire bias, and experiences loss as expected cost of doing business within probabilistic system. The pre-trade ritual that eliminates hope. Before clicking buy or sell, mentally accept the loss. Say to yourself, I am risking X dollars on this trade, and I accept losing X dollars as possible outcome. Feel the acceptance before entering, and only then execute. This isn't pessimism or negative thinking. This is probabilistic acceptance, acknowledging that your edge produces losses 40% of time, or whatever your loss rate is, meaning this specific trade has 40% probability of loss regardless of how good setup looks. When you pre-accept the loss, you eliminate hope, because hope requires believing this trade will win. But pre-acceptance acknowledges this trade might lose, and that's acceptable within system expectations, removing emotional stake from individual outcome. The psychological shift. Hope makes each trade feel like pass-fail test, where win validates you and loss invalidates you, while pre-acceptance makes each trade feel like probability sample, where outcome provides data, not judgment, and data doesn't hurt while judgment destroys. Why hope degrades execution. When you hope trade wins, you hold losers too long, hoping they'll reverse. Cut winners too early, hoping to lock in validation. Add to losing positions, hoping to recover. And revenge trade after losses, hoping to prove you were right. When hope is eliminated, these behaviors disappear because there's nothing to prove, no validation required, no recovery needed. Just systematic execution, where each trade is independent probability, sample disconnected from previous outcomes. The pre-trade acceptance protocol. Calculate exact dollar risk before entry. Speak the number aloud or write it down. Visualize account balance after maximum loss. Feel acceptance of that outcome. Confirm acceptance is genuine, not performed. Then execute. If you cannot genuinely accept the loss, position size is too large for your psychological capacity regardless of what mathematics suggests is optimal, because mathematical optimization means nothing if psychological capacity forces execution errors. The counterintuitive result. Eliminating hope improves outcomes because hope creates attachment that degrades execution, while acceptance creates freedom that enables clean execution, and clean execution produces better results than hoped-for outcomes attached to degraded execution. Traders resist this because hope feels necessary for motivation. But hope isn't motivating you, it's enslaving you to outcomes you don't control. While process focus, freed from hope, allows motivation from systematic excellence rather than outcome dependency. The daily practice. Before every trade today, pause and pre-accept the loss genuinely, not performatively. Notice how this changes your relationship to the trade. Observe how you watch price action differently when not hoping, and track whether execution quality improves when hope is absent. Common resistance. If I don't hope to win, why would I take the trade? You take the trade because edge is positive over sample, not because you hope this specific trade wins. And edge-based motivation persists regardless of individual outcome, while hope-based motivation collapses after losses. Your implementation. Before next trading session, write your pre-acceptance statement. I accept that each trade may lose and that losing is expected cost of executing my edge. Read it before session starts. Repeat it before each trade, and notice how eliminating hope eliminates emotional interference with execution. Hope feels like ally but operates as enemy because it attaches you to outcomes you don't control, creates suffering when probability expresses normally, and degrades the execution quality that actually determines long-term results.